The reason somebody buys a system, a program, coaching with you is because they believe that they have a problem that you can solve. And the way that we get people to even show up is that we create information out to the world that communicates credibility, success for other people like them, right? Our clients look at us and they go, okay, well, you did it, but have you done it for people like me? The values alignment, right? Because when people are buying a coach, it's not just like, do you have a system? It's also like, who are you as a person? It's why people sit in the front row and they do this. They look up and they go, I wonder if he's the real deal. I wonder if she's the real deal, okay? So just understand, all of these are factors to create demand and desire. And if you don't know this, you could be doing all the right things, creating the content, doing the ads, showing up, speaking at other events, etc. And you might have a flaw in the way you communicate, the way you show up, that will cause the market to never want to buy from you. So that's just one, because like even what you're selling has to be mapped to what you're saying. Rule number one of scaling expert consulting business is asking yourself, what is the action you want somebody to take? Buy X from you, okay, that's the action. Then go back to the content that you're putting out to the world that communicates those things. Then what's the process? And then you want to streamline it, okay? So if you want to do 50 million a year, you have to break down the amount of units of things that you sell at different price points that is going to equal 50 million a year, and then say, okay, well, if I'm at a million now, can I do 50 times more? Now, a lot of people give you this advice. They go, well, just do 50 times more. Just do more work. Do more work. It's lazy and it's wrong. And I'm going to tell you why. Every program you have, every product you sell has different levels of attrition, okay? This is retention 101. In the world of software, subscription businesses, membership businesses, there's a thing called net revenue retention. Most, like a gym membership, if they could keep, I don't even know the numbers, but let's call it 60% of the customers that buy in a year to repeat for year two, that's probably pretty good, and it's probably a lot lower than that, okay? So like you might have a subscription part of your information that's $50 a month, and it might have a 3-year or a 3-month retention rate. People only stick around for 3 months. You might have a mid-tier coaching program that's like $3,000 to $5,000 a year, and you might only have 30, 40, 50% renew for year two. You might have a high-end program that could be $50K a year and have 100% renewal rates. You've never lost a client there, but you only got 10. So when you do the modeling for the 50 million, you got to understand that every program has a different level of retention and also industry norms. And if you don't understand the model of like the product suite that you're selling and what are average take rates, essentially conversions and retention, then you may not have the right product suite to hit the 50 million. So I'm always, so because like you go, well, we do events and every event we do is $1 million. Yes, can you do 10 of them? Ooh, I don't know. We do one and it's making 30, 40% profit. Cool. Try to do 2. Try to do 3. All of a sudden you things break down, because if you go too many locations, too many times, the market, there's fatigue in the market, there's messaging fatigue. So here's how you scale information. You have to have a core offer that is very valuable. The thing that you send everybody to that gets somebody a result. The best way to create any type of training or service or consulting offer or anything is to build a productized service that essentially, the way I like to think about it is you ask the question, how would I design it if I only got paid if people got the result that I'm selling? That's the best way to design it. If I'm a fitness coach, it's like, how would I design this that I would only get paid the $2,000 a year, the $300 a month if my clients lost weight? How would I design it? Well, there'd be a lot of things I would change. I'd probably filter out the people at the beginning, because I can't work with tire kickers, because if I clog up my internal systems and processes and operations to work with people that aren't serious, then I'm not gonna have the time to work with the people that are serious. See what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, totally.
So that's the big thing, is have one thing that you can scale to usually about 30 to 50% of the revenue target you want to hit. So if you want to do 50 million, you want to create something that can get you to about 20 million to 25 million. Then everything else, the balance of that revenue, that 50 million, will come either as an up or a down sell. So you can have your core, that's why I say it's the meaty middle. That meaty middle has a lot of meat on it. If it's doing 20 million a year, 25 million a year, it's the meaty middle. What can you do with that? Well, I can add a higher end program. That might add another 10 million. You can add a lower tier program. That might add another 7 million. Another entry level. That might add another 3 or 4. Now we stack the 50. And that is the way to think about the design of this. I just want to add this and then I'll come to your question. Because I know this is relevant to a lot of you, because I'm giving you a glimpse into the future of how you do this. And I did it with SaaS Academy, Software as a Science. Again, there's strategies at different levels. You may have to write a book. You probably should write a book. You're really not going to get past 10 million without a book in the category of what you're doing. Because again, books provide incredible credibility, which creates desire for proximity, which creates desire for your programs, which creates trust, etc. But the big thing is, you want to build a methodology, because that is what you're selling, not the personality. Personality businesses are hard to scale to 50. You need a methodology that you're selling. You can be the Colonel Sanders of your spicy or whatever fucking spice chicken recipe, right? You're the face of it, but when people come in, they're following a methodology, okay? And there's a bunch of them. Agile development's a methodology. The lean startup's a methodology. The growth engine, what we call our perfect exit. So in my book, you can literally open it up and it starts by teaching people the methodology. This is the process we bring every company through. This is our structure. Here's how we, now that might take some time to develop. You don't have to start there, but that's what you're selling and that is what you're operating against. And that is what differentiates people that even get to 5 million to 15 million to 25 million in coaching, consulting, expert revenue and everybody else. Then when you amplify the marketing, the brand stuff, boom, the engine gets built. I remember a long time ago, this guy, Brendan Burchard, said, he goes, don't go create a massive moment for your brand without having the back end built. And he used to say, don't go get on Oprah and you have no back end. You have no way to monetize that attention. It's the worst thing you could do. So there's like a balance between build enough, get to 1 or 2 million to then go and pour it into ads and media.
Okay.
Questions?
Question on that. I think just the niche of I do spinal decompression for chiropractors, like it's very small. I think my top is like 100 to 150 clients would be unbelievable. I think there's a natural ceiling of just getting my core meaty offer. How does that shift my target of
100%? This is where you're gonna have to build a strategy, and it might take you 6-7 years where you go, okay, for the next 2 years, I'm gonna nail this category. Then we're gonna go what I call close cousins, right? We're gonna go to the natural other health, wellness type businesses that you can also support. You'll have the part that's very specific to what industry you're in, but then you'll have that same type of specific thing, which might be on the operational delivery side. At the end of the day, they're frameworks that work for every industry, and then you give them the specific thing for their industry, but you can start with one, and that is usually like 150 is that meaty middle per category, okay? Software founders, chiropractic, plumbers, HVAC, right? 350 to 300 is usually the amount in kind of like a 25K a year program. And the reason why, there's a natural attrition. If you can get to less than 6% a month churn, I'm talking about like you have 100 clients, you lose 6 in a month. If you can get that to 6% or below, you're doing great. Okay. Which means at a certain scale, when you're adding new clients and you're trying to grow your marketing and now you're at 200, 300, you have what's called the growth ceiling. You have this natural ceiling where all of a sudden now I'm losing 20, I added 20. I'm sideways, but that's where you then want to add a higher tier program, a lower tier program, and then some digital things to fill in the mix to get to your 50 number. Real quick, you've made it to the end. Let me tell you what I know about you. You're not somebody that's looking to do shelf help. You're not somebody that's just doom scrolling on social media. You're here because you want to build a real business, and you're sick and tired of not getting the real insights to grow inside your business. So I want to help you avoid all the pain trying to figure this out the hard way like I did it. That's why I put together everything I've ever learned into the Scale Workbook. It's the internal document that I use with every founder I work with that turns a chaotic business into a money-making machine. And teaching you all of this without burning more hours. It's totally free. The link is in the description, or you can just scan the QR code on the screen because I'm here to help you build your empire.